Hey guys, ThegamingSandwich here. I'm going to do a quick review of actually what's in the background. So this is actually going to be pretty fun for me. I don't normally do video game reviews. This will be my first one, and I feel like I've written notes, so it's going to try and be as professional as I can. So here we are. Sonic Mania just come out like today. Really good, solid, good fun game. I have literally been a mega fan of Sonic since I was 7 years old. So, bear in mind I'm 34 now, so that's a long time. And that I've enjoyed this game and many other things to do with Sonic over the years. So Sonic Mania, you can play Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles, or a combination of Sonic and Tails. Sonic is still as good as ever. The responsive controls are really nice. Tails is just as good with the flying mechanic. I still think he's the easy mode. Sorry to say it, I just think he is. Knuckles is a bit more technical with his gliding abilities, and obviously you don't get the use of flame, the shield abilities like you do with Sonic. But that's just how that goes. So we have 12 zones this time. So pretty much I kind of make this akin to Sonic and Knuckles with the Sonic 3 kind of built in. So here we go. So zone 1 we have is Green Hill Zone. So yeah, Green Hill Zone, the revamp, it looks really good. I'm going to riddle off some really good facts about this one. So the Green Hill Zone, you have the Emerald Hill Corkscrews, which are based from the Emerald Hill Zone in Sonic 2. You also have a lot of the Badniks from that one. You have loads of lovely little references, which are really fun. Like with Knuckles version looks a bit more akin to the Green Hill Zone on the Master System. Also, there's little hints of Bridge Zone in there from the Master System as well, which is really solidly awesome. So, that's just really nice for everything to see and do that. So, I'm going to say to you about describing the little bits of little hints, bits of knowledge. Chemical Plant, obviously from Sonic 2. We come in now, you have like little extras. You have the Caterpillar Genius from Sonic and 3 from Angel Island. Obviously, if anyone has actually seen the intro to the game, it is actually set on Angel Island, which also looks remarkably similar to Sonic 3, which kind of looks really cool. So I'm like, oh man, what? I saw this in, I was like, okay. So we're going to riddle off some horrible more facts for you. But there's so many repeating mechanics if you play these games and you feel like there's lovely little hints and jokes. I mean, I love the fact that if you play on, say, I'm going to go with all my notes here, it's terrible. So say if you've been playing, say, Flying Battery Zone as Knuckles, if you climb up a section where Sonic has to fall down, there are two monitors there, and they are the same two that were in Sonic and Knuckles, which is like, yes, really nice. I love that. Some of the bosses are really cool. Like if you obviously everyone's seen the hedgehog robot, the remix of it from Sonic 2 as the first boss for Green Hill. It's like, okay, fair enough, which I think is really nice little touch. Obviously it's a revamp version, so it doesn't exactly do the same. My favorite from the game has to be Mirage Saloon. Mirage Saloon is just a lovely, I find it, I'd say I didn't think I'd like the level because, like Sandopolis, I was never a big fan of it. But, excuse me, it's got so many lovely little notes, like with Bark, Bean, Knack, or Fang, whichever version you want to use, as like the pet posters. And obviously, if you play the game with it, they are the part of the boss, and it's like, oh wow, these characters are in this for 2D, and it's nice again. The little bit where you use the tornado with Tails, if you like tilt it up, the plane slightly tilts, and that's such a nice little touch with the frame animation, which makes it look so much more crisp than anything ever done. It's just such a lovely thing. The little nod to Sky Chase and the revamps, the different colours of the Badniks used from that, which is really nice. The red roller, which is another nice touch. Such little nods with little badniks from the past. If you've played Studiopolis, there is Bunny Bot, which is a little bunny with a spring on it, which is one of the badniks which was designed and didn't actually get through in Sonic 1. Another thing about Studiopolis, if you played it, the boss is like a giant caterpillar that jumps out, which is actually the boss from, I think it's Mecha Green. It's one of the bosses from Sonic Chaos, and I just love that little nod to it. So not just like hints to like the Mega Drive games. These guys actually have done the research and gone into it and done into the later games and other games from other consoles, which is really good. And I will admit some things. I do have some gripes, so I'm gonna go through like all the list of everything now. So we've already done like Green Hill and everything else. So we've got Green Hill from Sonic 1, Chemical Plant from Sonic 2, Studiopolis, so this is the new zone, Flying Battery from Sonic and Knuckles, Press Garden from, which is a new one, Sonic Stardust Speedway from Sonic CD, Hydro City from Sonic 3, Mirage Saloon, which I've already said, Oil Ocean from Sonic 2, which is another one that's really nice if you've got to the second act. There's a mechanic which is very similar to the pyramid in Sonic and Knuckles, where it goes dim and you can't see anything, and you have to pull these switches to make it bright again. I was like, okay, that's a nice little nod to like Sonic 3 and Knuckles with that one. So it's like, okay, that's pretty cool in a game from Sonic 2, in Sonic 2. Lava Reef. Now, Lava Reef is an amazing level. I love the music. It is beautiful. It is just a lovely thing. I love the fact they actually left it that you could actually see the hole from where the Death Egg had actually been placed in Lava Reef, and you can go to different heights on Lava Reef, which wasn't explored. Some of them, and the nice little wire mesh with like Get Out, like Robotnik's doing some stuff, or Eggman, as you want to call it, is doing some things there, which is really nice. The other thing I'm gonna like kind of gripe at is Stardust Speedway and Stardust Speed 8 Way was one of my favourite levels from Sonic CD, and I loved it so much. So it's if anyone's played it, the only thing that feels me a bit sad is I personally prefer the US soundtrack, not the Japanese. Well, it's a particular song for Stardust Speedway, the present, which is the one for like if you notice like the brass musical instruments. It's such a lovely. Was it? If I might try and link it or something. I don't want to get hit for copyright strikes, but it's such a lovely, lovely, lovely song, and it just isn't in this version for that point. But if you have played Stardust Speedway, you'll like the fact that you go from the past, because obviously Sonic corrected the future, and because this is set after Sonic CD, so Sonic corrected the future. So in the green version, and then you actually in later you hit the future and you go you time skip, which is just a nice little nod, some little tweaks. Sometimes I think the bosses either in the game vary from like really nice and really creative. I mean, I do love the chemical plants, Dr. Robotnik's being Machine Boss. I think it's fun. I feel like there should have been another boss after it. It was a bit too easy. I feel that it was the difficulty on it was too easy. I mean, I wouldn't have minded something else just to kind of bulk me up a bit, because that just seemed for a second boss just seemed like after the Death Egg robot, it made me chuckle, but then it also felt a bit of a letdown. So that's kind of sad. So not all the bosses are good. I mean, the Metal Sonic one, or Metallics or the blue Metal Sonic, some of the that was really nice. The racing with him, I thought that was good, akin to the Mega CD version. Probably the better one. I preferred it to some of the Sonic 4 one, Sonic 4 Part 2, whatever it was, which some of the bosses with him in it were just not that, kind of lackluster. So I feel that like this one was quite good. The one where you like he sets a machine, and then he kind of sets little minions on you, which are the Silver Sonics from Scrambled Egg on Sonic 2 on the Master System, which is again a really nice little nod. I mean, they could have been the Silver Sonics from Sonic 2, the Death Egg one, but I feel like Scrambled Eggs was like a nice little nod. So to keep that little bit alive, to know that they do think about the Master System fans who have played these games, not just all the Mega Drive or Genesis fans boys out there from like me who played it since like '91. So I would highly recommend this game. It's really fun. The special stages do take a bit to get used to. I mean, I do love the blue spheres. I think the worst part is for me, I still know a lot of the tricks. If you go around the outside of all the blue spheres and just go around the edges, you'll get rings, which is really good. No one really tells you these things, but it just feels that like they should have used some of the original ones from Blue Sphere mode, and not just the Sonic 3 and Knuckles ones, which just feels a bit lackluster, rather than doing original Blue Spheres. So that's it. I mean, if you like some of the mechanics they've taken from the bonus stages and later levels, like the spinning orbs, which is really good. It was just like I didn't expect that to be in certain places. The Studiopolis boss is the weather boss for the what is it? I'm trying to remember the stupid name of it. It actually, yeah, there's so many silly bosses in here. What's it? Cook Lloyd. Weather report. I think that's just a completely funny thing. I mean, I have wrote some of the most bizarre facts in here. I mean, if you notice the blue substance in the chemical plant zone, that is used in Sonic 2 in the boss. So it's like a refined version of the purple Mega Mag for Bonica. So if you see in this layer part, it's the treating plant. So that's fun. It's just nice to see the like different bandits from different zones and different games come out in there. So I mean, everyone, Metallic Madness, I do feel it could have been used a bit more. Obviously, the shrinking ray makes its return. I like that. The boss is lackluster. Some of the bosses do not feel refined, like they've just taken other bits. Hydro City's bosses is one of those. Like the one where you take Robotnik's vehicle, which he uses in Hydro City in the first game. So basically, Hydro City is a rehash from Sonic 3, which in a kind of alternative order, which apart from the others. So, but these are minor gripes. I mean, I literally stayed up at midnight last night for me UK time, and I had a completely good laugh with this game. I haven't wanted to stop playing it. I would still recommend this game way above Sonic 4. I would personally rate it above Sonic Generations, just feeling that it not. If you had this gameplay in 3D graphics, it would be better, but the game just feels and flows. It's a good example of style over substance. A perfect control scheme will ultimately beat and trounce the thing of it looking in a brilliant 3D. So style over substance, my boys. So I personally give this game a good 9 out of 10. I think if you love retro, if you love Sonic, if you're akin to all those lovely fun times of just blitzing through a level, trying to beat it, finding the little secrets, finding the little like touches of going, I'll take the alternate route this time. So I personally recommend this to a lot of people. Hopefully you guys like this review. I do apologise if it's not the best. This is my first time doing this. I don't profess to be good. So this is the Gaming Sandwich over and out, and next time you might see me doing something else. Catch you later.